As we head towards the annual Pride celebrations here in Saskatoon and around the world, I think we think of this as being a relatively modern event, but of course, there is a history to all of the stories that come out of Pride Week, and that's part of Spark Your Pride, an event happening at the Western Development Museum, taking a look at the historical context that led to Pride Week existing in the first place. So happy today to be joined by Mike McCoy, who is the Spark Your Pride chair, as well as Susan Scharf, who is the manager of philanthropy at the Western Development Museum. Susan, maybe we'll start with you a little bit. Talk a little bit from the Western Development Museum's perspective, why it was important to take a look, to be involved in Pride Week, but also take a look at the historical side of things, something that has maybe often been neglected.
Simon, thank you for having us. It's absolutely true that it wasn't until fall 2018 that the Western Development Museum, in conjunction with the community, started collecting 2S LGBTQ2+ artifacts. Then in January 2019, we released our inclusivity report, which talks about our vision of having a Saskatchewan where everyone belongs and all histories matter. As a direct result of that inclusivity report, we received a letter, and Mike needs to continue on with the story.
Back in, I believe, October of 2018, I went with a group, the seniors group, or older adults, I guess you might, some people would prefer to be called, from out Saskatoon, on a visit to the WDM Curatorial Center. And part of that morning involved an unveiling, if you will, of the LGBT 2S collection of the museum. And along with the talking about the inclusivity initiative that was going to be launched a few months later. So I began to think, I knew some people in the museum. We had a group of seniors who really wanted to be involved in having their voices heard during Pride. And it seemed like this was a perfect opportunity to bring the two groups together and try to create something special for the Pride Festival.
Well, let's talk a little bit about exactly what that's going to look like. It's coming up on June 15th, Spark Your Pride. Do you mind getting into a little bit about what'll actually be happening on that day?
And this year, we're concentrating really on a couple of stories that follow the theme that we set for the year, which is bridging differences, discovering and honoring our diverse stories. Really, it's the people in marginalized communities that are part of our larger community who really haven't had their stories told. One involves, well, the session is called Two Spirit Voices, and it focuses really on the experiences, life experiences, and personal stories of two spirit women from the province. And the second session involves the story of an immigrant to Canada who came under the most difficult circumstances, escaping persecution and torture in his native country of Chechnya. And through some help with international and national organizations, was able finally to find refuge here in Canada.
Susan, for you, what does it mean for the WDM to be involved in helping get this word out there and sharing these difficult but necessary stories to tell?
I could not be more proud of the direction that the WDM is taking in including all histories, not just some. Mike and I have been friends for many years through personal community volunteering. And to be able to work with Mike and the community has been life-changing for me, has been poignant and powerful and joyful. I thought I knew a little bit. And Spark Your Pride is also for proud allies to attend. And I am one of those.
Excellent. So a wide variety of events happening. You can find out all of the Pride Week events at saskatoonpride.ca, but want to strongly encourage everyone to get involved on June 15th to take a look at Spark Your Pride.
Well, probably the most important thing to many people is that it's free. It's obviously online, and you can register for the event at saskatoonpride.ca. The sessions begin at 10 a.m. and run through approximately 12:30 that day.
Hopefully, everyone will tune in and take part in the Spark Your Pride event coming up on June 15th. A reminder, once again, saskatoonpride.ca is the website to head to, because it's so important that we share these stories and learn from each other as we try to become a more inclusive society. Mike, Susan, thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Thank you.